Okay, so this is my RS Logix 1400, right? Micrologix 1400. This is the PLC. Once I turn on this PLC, what will happen? I will see first this screen. This is the IO monitoring screen. It's not clearly visible, but this is IO monitoring state. So if something is on or off, it can show me. As maybe you can see here, like if I do turn on and off, the input is getting on and off. See, I'm turning on, I'm turning off everything. So this is my first screen. What I will do next, I'll press the escape key. First I will press the escape key. This is the menu bar, right? In this menu bars, what I will have, I will just down this arrow key. I will go to advanced settings. Click OK. In advanced setting, you have key in mode settings, DCOM configuration, Ethernet configuration. If I'm communicating my controller via DIN8 or DB9, I can go with the DCOM configuration, but I don't have to do always because these are plug and play basis. Okay, but I'm using Ethernet right now, RJ45. So I have to go with the ENET configuration. So I'll click OK. ENET configuration, you can see status. So you want to know what is the IP address of the PLC. So you can connect with your computer like CPU, right? So I'm clicking OK. As I clicked OK, I can see nothing. It's empty. So what I have to do? I have to set the IP address. So click on IP address. Okay, it's asking for the master password. The default master password is 12345. So 12345. So once the 12345 is come, here it's showing boot P. Don't click OK, otherwise you will go to the same place. In statics, power cycle, click OK. So you can see the IP address is 000. There is no IP address in your system. So before setting the IP address here, what I want to do, I want to set the IP address of my computer system. So same that if I set means it will be easy for my communication. Okay, so next what I will do here, next, I'll type here CMD. Next step, after from the controller PLC, I will come here, right click, run as administrator. Okay, click OK. So you can see your CMD window is here. So in CMD window, I will write IP CONFIG, IP config, enter. As you entered IP config, you can see the IPv4 address of your computer system, that is 192.160.100.1, right? Okay, did you know this one? Right? Now same this IP address 192.160.100.1, you have to mention it here. Only the last digit should be different, change. So here I am leaving it 0. Here I will put 100. So it is 100. Okay, after that 160, right? Okay, so 160. So now 192. Sorry. So here 2. It's not going ulta. So 192. So here it is 9 and here it is 1. So I have set the IP address to my controller is 192.160.100.0. As we can see here also, it is 192.160.100.1. Only the last digit is different. You can see one more thing, the subnet mask is 255.255.0. I will check here. The subnet mask of my controller and some computer system should be same. I will click 192.160.100.0. It's okay. Apart from 1, I can have any number, but not 1. Click OK. As I can see, my subnet mask is 0, completely 0. So here I will set 255. So 5. Okay, no problem. Let it be lengthy. 5. Come here. 5. 5. 2. 5. 5 and 2, right? 255.255.0, same only. Yeah, 255.255.255.0. Here also same, 255.255.0. So click OK. Apart from that, gateway address and all that I don't have to set because I'm not doing IoT right now. So click OK, no problem. You can go to IP status and you can check the IP status of the PLC. It is 192.160.100.0. Escape. Okay, so you are again initially in same position. So in controller, what we need to do to check is it communicating or not. In the controller, I will type ping in the computer 192.160.100.1. One is this one, 0. My controller IP address is 0, so I am pinging my controller IP address, enter. As you can see, I am getting all the data properly. As you can see, there is no information like host unreachable. Everything is proper, as this packet sent 4 by the computer system, received 4 and lost is 0. Means I am having 100% communication with my controllers. So, okay, close this one. I am tired. Sorry. Okay, after that, next step, what I will do? I will open the RS Classic Links. Okay, double click on this software, RS Classic Links. After double clicking, this is the first user interface. Click on communication. In communication, you can have configure driver. Click on configure driver. Here 2 driver is running. I will stop this 2 and delete. So we'll create the new one. Okay, so I have deleted the driver, so we'll create the new one. So here you can see. So here I will click, if I am connecting from the DV9 here, right, DV9, I can use this RS232 DF1. I can use this RS232 DF1. But if I am communicating with DIN8, this port, the circle one, DIN8, I can use with DH plus device I can communicate with. Otherwise this DH485 I can use. But right now I am using RJ45 port, Ethernet cable, right? So I will use this Ethernet device. So click on Ethernet device and not add, add new. Click on Ethernet device, click add new. So as I'm adding new, it is asking the name. What name you can provide? We can provide any name, A, B, B, B. I'm providing A triple B. Okay, so click OK. Or I will provide again 1400 only. 1400 PLC. Okay, AB 1400 PLC. I am defining. I click OK. Once I click OK, it is asking the host name IP address. IP address of my controller. So it is 192.160.100.0. Okay, so after entering this one, click OK. So that is running. Now close this one, don't cross it, close and minimize. So that is done. Now open the RS Logix 500, double click. Okay, so after opening, this is the first user interface. Click on file or this one, anyone, right? I will file new. So I am selecting a new. So here I am going to select a RS Logix 1400 series A. I am selecting Micrologix 1400 PLC series A or series B, anyone you can select. It will work for both. Okay, so here in the right side you can see I am selecting AB 1400 PLC. After selecting AB 400 PLC, just click OK. Okay, so this is your software opened up. Okay, now what I have to do, I will just write one simple program by adding one rung, no contact. Okay, so to take input here I can do the drag and drop, no problem. Drag, then take the output, drop. Okay, so after that I can compile. As I compile, I don't have any error. In the bottom you can see no error found. So there is no errors in my controller. Now I am going to download to the controller. So here on the right hand side, click download. As I am downloading, it is asking me to save this file. Okay, save, replace the folder name. Okay, save the file. I have saved. Do you want to replace the existing file? Okay, replace the existing file. So I am download the program. See, it's communicated on, no problem. So are you sure you want to download? Yes. Processor is in run mode. The place mode in the switch to program mode to. Okay. So what is saying, a processor is in run mode. Okay, so please convert into a remote program mode to download the program and convert into a run mode. So to do that complete task, what I have to do here, see, come here, click escape here, and you can see mode switch mode. So here you can see controller is in run mode, but controller should be in remote mode. If the controller is in remote mode, via software, using software, you can convert to program mode and run mode. Means you can switch between program and run mode very easily. If you are in program mode, you cannot go to the run mode. So I will keep on remote mode only. I will escape. Okay, click OK. Now I will do here Okay, so here I will just download it again. So click OK. Yes, yes. Run mode to program mode, apply. No problem. Okay, change back to run mode. Yes. Do you want to go online? Yes, I'm in online right now. So if I turn on the input, output will turn on, right? Correct.